What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Sanchez405 coming at you. It's on the Warpath. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Click that bell so you get notifications anytime there's new content posted to the channel. And as always, make sure you like, comment, and share this video out if you can. I greatly appreciate it. Tell me what you're thinking. Y'all, it's Warpath Wednesday, and for Warpath Wednesday, I got the Washington hat on. Shout out to Dub's family. Sent this over to me. Greatly appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. But, y'all, let's just dive into it. The disaster in the desert, 30-15, Washington falls. And the baker sent the pie to every one of us Burgundy and Gold fans. It's called the humble pie, and we had to eat it, and it tastes like salt and glass and sand and everything. As we watch Baker Kyler Murray go to town on this defense. Offense looked abysmal. And, you know, just my initial thoughts on this game. Arizona had 12 offensive drives. 6 of those offensive drives ended in touchdowns. In scores. And then of those 4 scoring drives, they were 10 plays or more 4 times. That's not a recipe for victory if you're the opposing team. In the first half, Washington struggled mightily, was shut out. Their first 7 drives, 6 of them ended in punts, and their only drive that they had in the red zone ended in a fumble. They were 1 of 7 on third downs as well in the first half. So it's not, these slow starts are kind of what's dooming this team. You go there and you can't spot 20 points on the road because you're not in your house. Like I said last week, you're not in the house. I did give you that magic number of 400 yards. Kyler Murray went over that total, and they won. He had 67 rushing yards, like 300 yards in the air. But, you know, and even going a little deeper than that on offense, in the last 18 games, so this dates back to week 1 of the 2019 season, 10 of those 18 opening drives for Washington have ended in either a 3-and-out or a turnover. That shows you that we have issues with starting, and it's even before this regime. This is something that needs to be fixed, and it's not just a Dwayne Haskins issue. It was with Case Keenum, Colt McCoy as well last year. So there is struggle, and I bet you if you went farther, you could see it with Josh Johnson, Mark Sanchez, since after Alex Smith, pretty much, right? But to my friends out there that have decided that they are done with this team, let's throw the baby out with the bathwater, burn the ship, and let's move on to 2021. Please, y'all, calm the hell down. It's only 1 week. It's 2 weeks. It's just 2 weeks into the season. There's a lot to be hopeful for. I get it. We have been depressed of winning, deprived of a successful franchise for 20 plus years, almost 30 years. I get that. But you have to build a foundation. This is a young team, y'all. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So we need to chill a little bit. And I'll dive into the offense right now. The offensive line is trash, y'all. Have you not seen this? Like, I swear, this W, if they were wearing it on the helmet, it would stand for wasting management for these offensive line. Jerron Christian has been abysmal at left tackle. He let that rookie Swift own him. I think Chandler Jones may have adopted him after the game. He looks lost. And, you know, there was, and I'm not quoting him properly, but in essence, he said that he really didn't get inspired to be the starting left tackle because Trent Williams was still there. Dude, you got to be the man because you are going. The idea is that you may have to replace him, whether it's in a backup role and you leave this team and go somewhere else so you can get paid, or if the other guy moves on. The other guy moved on, he got traded, quit on the team last year, right? But no crying over spilt milk. And Wes Martin has looked out of place. These guys ranked at the bottom. These two cats on the left side ranked at the bottom on Pro Football Focus's offensive linemen. I think they were like 171 and 172 out of offensive linemen graded. That's bad when your quarterback's blind side. You can't trust. He can't trust his left side. And I'll get to Dwayne because he's not without fault. Please, God, don't let me think that he's not without fault. He's not absolved of this or atoned. But the guards were bad too. After Sheriff went down, Schweitzer, he looked like he was rusty. Granted, maybe he'll learn something in practice and get some confidence again. And we'll see from that. But this offensive line, they have a lot that they need. Morgan Moses, honestly, is the best offensive lineman we have. Yeah, I know. But, and then you look at it. We are depressed. We are Great Depression. We are the Great Depression of skill position players. Dontrell Edmond is your number 2 wide receiver. Come on, y'all. This brother can't even run past the sticks. He's been in the league 8 years. On third down and short, like 3rd down and 3, Haskins hits him, and he's short of the line to gain. They have to punt. Come on now. That's not a recipe for success. The running back, I was impressed by Antonio Gibson. I think they need to give him the rock a lot more, and I think they realized that. J.D. McKissick had a bounce-back game as well. So they played admirably. Outside of Terry McLaurin, who is a stud, we know this. That number 17, he is our elite star. He's the future superstar of this team right now. But he has no help. No help. Still managed 125 yards in there, 7 catches, a touchdown. So kudos to that brother for doing his thing. Steve Sims, he has his moments. He had the longest catch of the game. 30-yard catch by him. So, there are some promising things there. And then I think we forget Kelvin Harmon, his injury, what it did to this team. We got to see AGG for the first time on one catch. He didn't make that catch. Oh, good for him. But, y'all, let's get to the elephant in the room. Dwayne Haskins, 19-33. I think 223, a touchdown, interception, fumble. I'll say this right now, and folks might disagree with me, but Dwayne Haskins cost this team 10 points. And why you say that? You think about it. In the red zone, you've got to take care of this ball. A maximum 10 points. You got to take care of the ball. Chandler Jones coming off the edge. Now, I don't know if he didn't feel the pressure or whatever. Calls that fumble in the red zone, turn the ball over, and gives it back to Arizona. Those are points right there. A potential 7 spot. Another one was the 3rd down where they were inside Arizona territory for the first time, and they had to punt. I think that was the 5th drive of the game. And he takes that sack, and he can't take the sack. I believe he was out of the tackle box. Get rid of the ball, man. Just go on and get rid of it. There has been arguments that he can't read defenses. He not read defense, but he can't make those throws. He doesn't have the speed. He looked flat-footed at times. And granted, that could be because the pressure's getting to him. Logan Thomas hit the tight end spot. He targeted him 9 times, only caught 4 balls, and there were a couple times that those were Logan Thomas's fault, and then there were Dwayne's faults. You got to get them in the spots. Grand scheme of things, this is the Eric Coryell offense, and I know there is it's a timing offense, and you got to throw it to the spots and everything, but if you don't have that protection, you're not going to throw it to the spots, right? He did make some mid-range throws that looked impressive, so he showed some improvement there, and we got to give him. You got to give him his time. I understand Scott Turner. He said his offense is more cerebral than his father's. I think he forgot to add the hemorrhage part to it, but that's okay though. He'll get there, and they'll be fine. Also, moving on from them, This defense, y'all, outside of this defensive line, which we saw a sack from Chase Young and some good pressures from Deron Payne, who chased out Kyler Murray, the defense was non-existent. There was no spy on Kyler Murray. He was allowed to run free. Very, very vanilla. I mean, this offense was so vanilla that Great Value wouldn't accept it. That's how bad it was. I mean, it was made with powdered milk and salt. That's all it was. Like, it was not good, not very exotic, and you can call that the play calling or the execution of it. The linebackers, KPL had 15 tackles, so kudos to him. The secondary, Troy, I'm not happy with Apke. I'm just going to tell y'all that right now. I'm fed up with the brother. But he's getting burned on 9 routes, y'all. Just running down the field. I mean, bro, if you put a cheeseburger in the end zone, I probably could outrun Troy Apke and score. That's just bad. That's what it looked like. He looked lost. He missed that tackle on Kyler Murray at the end of the first half where he could have stopped him. I know he's fast, but what is speed? I mean, I could have the fastest car in the world. And if I'm still running it down the road at 15 miles an hour, I'm never going to have that potential, right? Landon Collins, that first touchdown, DeAndre Hopkins, that miscommunication between him and Jimmy Moreland, who I like to call Perry, right? Where the hell, what kind of communication was that? To let the best target on third down get loose in the end zone. And then you sit there like, what? Come on now, y'all. I mean, Jack, I don't know what the Del Rio you were doing or what in the hell Rio you were doing, but brother, got to get better on this one. Yeah, man, but honestly, that's what I'm thinking here, that this team, it has a lot of holes to fill. Kyler Murray owned us up and down. He was electrifying in the first half. They kind of peeled back, and you know, the biggest thing that stuck in my crow was that that fourth down conversion they made on the 27. That was old Frankenberry saying that, you know what, F you guys, were better than you, and we're going to show you. Granted, it didn't end, the drive didn't end the score, but still, you need to stop them, and you got to have a little bit more pride. I mean, they called a timeout and ran the same damn play. So that, I mean, y'all, we got to do better in that respect. Turnovers on special teams, Sims. I mean, y'all think about this. Arizona's first 4 drives, the worst starting field position was the 40-yard line of Arizona. So they were 10 yards from midfield already to begin with. And they scored 2 touchdowns in those drives. You know, it is, excuse me, that's not accurate. Actually, I forget that interception in the red zone, so I apologize in that respect. But y'all, I mean, there's a lot of work to be done. It's really on to Cleveland. And, you know, B. Mitch said, I got a chance to watch the review on NBC Sports Washington. He said, ball security is job security. Steve Sims, that's a shout out to you and Dwayne Haskins. Granted, like I said, I think the pressure was to him and everything like that. You know, J.P. Finley said this as well. This team is not built to turn the ball over. 110% true there. So, you know, there's a lot of work to be done, family. There is a lot to be done. But I'm not willing to give a shit. Like I told you, I'm giving this team 4 weeks. I know this is going to coincide with Baltimore, but they didn't have preseason. This is a young team. They need those reps. They need those reps in preseason. And, you know, this is what we see, what we're going to see, especially with a team with a new coaching staff. But, you know, I think that Ron kind of threw in the towel at the end of the game, didn't use those timeouts, and, you know, you can't take them with you. So they just packed up and were ready to go back to the house. So, you know, we'll see what happens this week in Cleveland against the bowel movements. But, you know, it is what it is. But, y'all, tell me what you're thinking. I love you guys. I appreciate everything you're doing for the channel. Thank you for helping me hit for helping us hit 1,000 subscribers on here. And it's not subscribers, I don't consider that. Y'all part of the On the Warpath family. So I love you, and don't forget doing that giveaway. So comment love, peace, and hell in the comments, and I'm going to be doing that giveaway at halftime during the Browns stream on Sunday. But I'm saying Chaz 405. I love you guys. Ain't nothing you can do about it. As I always say here, love, peace, and hell. And I'll be talking to you real soon, y'all. I'm out.